So, good morning, everyone. Myself B. Kashinath, working as senior lecturer in ECE, Government Polytechnic Sangareddy. Today, I am going to discuss the subject data communication and computer network. And in the previous class, we have discussed about the characteristics of the guided media and unguided media also. So, in guided media, we have discussed about the twisted pair and coaxial cable and optical fiber cable. Anyway, in unguided media, it is radio wave propagation or skywave propagation or satellite communication. That is, there is no physical channel existing between the transmitter and receiver. Transmission is in through air. So we have also discussed about the what is twisted pair and what are the types in twisted pair, that are unshielded twisted pair and shielded twisted pair, and what are the advantages and applications of the UTP and STP, and what are the types available in the UTP, and uh, construction and working of coaxial cables and types of coaxial cables, and based on what they are classified, means based on the data rates and based on the distance between the transmitter and receiver, and based on the capacity or based on the signal. So signal plays the type of signal and bandwidth of the signal plays the important role in wireless communication, whereas the channel and channel components, that is your physical connection, that is dedicated physical connection that is existing between the transmitter and receiver, what are its characteristics, how it will be installed, and what is the distance between the transmitter and receiver, that plays the important role in wired transmission. So we have already discussed about the UTP and STP and coaxial cable and optical fiber cables. So in this class we will discuss in the lighter vein of what are the comparisons between this uh, uh, twisted pair and coaxial cable and optical fiber cable, and we will also discuss the differences, that is not differences exactly, it is comparison between the wired media and wireless media, and we will discuss about the final topic, that is bandwidth and throughput of the channel. So we will let's start our session with the in this class we will discuss about the comparison characteristics of UTP and STP cables, comparison characteristics of different cable media, comparison characteristics of wired media and wireless media. So, so we have already discussed the types of media, twisted pair, that is UTP and STP, unshielded and shielded twisted pairs, coaxial cable, via fiber optic cable, wireless radio. So here are the what are the factors that affecting between the, first we will discuss about the differences between UTP and STP cables. So unshielded twisted pair and shielded twisted pair. First factor comparison is bandwidth capacity. So bandwidth of the UTP and STP, so same or having almost, supports the data rates of 1 to 155 Mbps, and typical rates, most typical rates in case of UTP is 10 Mbps, in case of STP is somewhat more than the UTP because it is shielded. It supports up to 16 megabits per second, and node capacity per segment in both the cases is 2, and attenuation in both the cases it is high, and electromagnetic interference in case of unshielded it is very high. In case of shielded twisted pair, where we are using the shielding for the every pair of twisted pair cables, that's why electromagnetic interference is somewhat less than unshielded twisted pair, and installation it is easy, and shielded it will be very much easy compared to UTP, and cost anyway because of the shielded it will be moderate, UTP is cheap compared to STP. Now we will discuss about the differences between the three types of the communication media, that is the wired media, so twisted, coaxial and optical fiber cable. So in twisted pair cable, the transmission of signal takes place in the form of electrical form over the metallic conducting wires. Same as in the case of coaxial cable also, transmission of signal takes place in the electrical form over the inner conductor of the cable. So only on the inner conductor of the cable the signal will propagate. Whereas in twisted pair, the signal will be propagated among the pair of the conducting wires. In case of optical fiber cable, the signal transmission takes place in optical form, that is the electrical energy is converted into light energy, and that will be traveled in a glass or plastic optical fiber cable medium. Next, noise immunity in case of twisted pair is anyway low, so it will offer more distortion to the our signal. So coax also it is high, noise is high, but it will provide higher noise immunity than the twisted pair cable, as it is inner conductor and outer conductor are separated by the insulator, so there is more insulation is provided between the inner conductor and outer conductor. So inner conductor carries the signal, so it will provide more noise immunity than the twisted pair cable. In case of optical fiber cable, it is having high noise immunity. Why? Because here we are converting the electrical energy into light energy, and that light energy is confined within the optical fiber cable, so it will there is no chance of getting the noise added to the signal. Next one, so twisted pair cable anyway affected due to the external magnetic fields. Coax cable less affected. Why? Because it is shielded, and the metallic cable is inside the inner conductor, so less affected due to the external magnetic field. And in optical fiber there is no chance of external magnetic field coming into the picture. And in case of twisted pair cable, there is a short circuit between the two conductors that may cause. So that is the main disadvantage of the twisted pair cable, we can say. And in case of coax cable also, if the insulation is uh, uh, not perfect, then there is a chance of short circuit between the two conductors is possible. But in case of OFC, there is no chance of short circuits at any cost. Means the light signal is propagating, so there is no chance of any conductor short circuiting. Next, twisted pair cable is cheap, and coax cable moderately expensive, and OFC is very much expensive. And it will support twisted TP supports low data rates, coax supports high data rates, OFC supports very high data rates. And power loss due to conduction and radiation. Power loss in TP will be due to the conduction as well as radiation. In coax, power loss is due to only conduction, and in OFC, power loss is due to, as the light is traveling, it may be absorbed or scattered, as dispersion and blending. These are the different power losses that are occurring in optical fiber cable. So this will be these type of absorption, scattering, dispersion. These terms will be discussed in most physics physics subjects. So what is scattering, what is dispersion, what is absorption, and what is blending. Next, twisted pair supports low bandwidth, and coax supports moderately high bandwidth, and OFC supports very high bandwidth. And node capacity per segment is 2 coax, whereas node capacity per segment is 30 to 100, whereas in OFC it is again 2. So attenuation is very high, attenuation is low, attenuation is very much low in case of OFC. So as the noise is very high, attenuation is very high, like that. So installation of twisted pair is very easy, coax is fairly easy, but in OFC it is very much difficult. So considering of electromagnetic interference, it can take place in TP, but in case of shielded TP, somewhat it will be less. In case of coaxial cable, it is reduced due to shielding between the inner conductor and outer conductor, and in case of OFC, electromagnetic interference is not at all present. Now we will discuss about the differences between the wired media and wireless, comparison between the wired media and wireless media. So what is the advantage, what is the advantage of this one, what is the advantage of that one, like that. So in case of wired media, the whatever the signal energy is there, that is contained and guided within that solid medium, that is presented between the transmitter and receiver. Whatever the signal energy, that has to be propagated along this physical component that is existing between the transmitter and receiver. Whereas in wireless media, the signal energy propagates in the form of unguided electromagnetic waves in the air. So whatever the energy, that is converted into electromagnetic energy and transmitted in the free space. So twisted pair wires, coax, for optical fiber cables are the examples of the wired media. Whereas in wireless, we can use the radio or infrared waves, or the examples of the infrared light, and we can also use microwaves and satellite communication. Like that, we will be having the wireless media. So wired media is used for point to point communication, whereas wireless media is used for radio broadcasting in all directions. Means if there is a distance between the transmitter and receiver is very long, we can go for the wireless media. So wired media lead to discrete network topologies. So in wired media, based on the architecture, based on the physical elements we are using, based on the wires, we will be having different architecture, like uh, we can have bus topology, ring topology, uh, like that, tree topology. It is not possible to procure additional capacity in wireless media. Similarly, additional transmission capacity can be possible in the wired media by adding some extra wires. The same is not possible due to procure additional capacity. So installation is costly, because it will require a lot of time and money and energy and manpower. So time consuming, it is also time consuming and somewhat complicated. Here installation needs less time and less money, because it is almost only we have to set up the transmitter link, receiver link, and entire communication is wireless. So installation needs less time and less money. So attenuation depends exponentially on the distance. So here, in case of wired media, the attenuation depends exponentially on the distance, but in case of wireless, it is proportional to the square of the distance. So in case of wireless, attenuation is more. In case of wired media, it is somewhat less. So next topic is bandwidth and throughput of the channel. Whatever the channel we are using, what is the bandwidth and what is the throughput of the channel, communication channel. So as we have already discussed this bandwidth from the uh, uh, last 2 years, suppose. So what is bandwidth? It is the band of frequencies occupied by the signal. So the frequency range occupied by a signal, or a range of frequencies that can be passed through the channel, we are calling it as band of frequency. If a signal is having uh, a lowest cutoff frequency of f1 and highest cutoff frequency of f2, then we will be saying the bandwidth of that signal will be f2 minus f1, that is upper cutoff frequency and minus lower cutoff frequency. That is the bandwidth that we have already discussed from the first year onwards or second year onwards from analog communication and digital communication. That is bandwidth equal to f2 minus f1, like that. That is the frequency range occupied by a signal, or a range of frequencies that can pass through a channel, we are calling it as a bandwidth. And bandwidth we can specify in uh, two uh, two terms, that is hertz or bits per second. Suppose if a signal is having 4 kilohertz, bandwidth means the range of frequencies between uh, uh, the range of frequencies that can be passed through the channel is 4 kilohertz, that we are calling it as bandwidth. So or we can also call bandwidth in terms of the bits per second. So that bits per second means the capacity of the line, the capacity of a channel or capacity of a line where we are transmitting the signal, where we are transmitting the signal. So in that case we are calling bandwidth as bandwidth in bits per second. So it denotes the capacity of the channel that can transmit the number of bits per second. So we can say that the bandwidth of this channel is Ethernet link is 10 Mbps or 100 Mbps, means it indicates that network supports the 100 Mbps speed, 100 uh, megabits per second speed. So that we are calling it as bandwidth. So bandwidth means the range of frequencies or the capacity of the channel that can transmit the number of bits per second. So we will be having bandwidth in hertz or bandwidth in number of bits per second or bps. So this corresponds to the bandwidth. And next one is throughput. Throughput is actually what we are calling is, suppose if we are taking the example of simple example, if a road is there, road uh, uh, highway, we can take a highway. So that can it is designed to transmit for 1000 cars. So at in a minute, uh, from in that highway, uh, it is designed to have a 1000 cars per minute from one point to another point. But if there is a traffic on that road, if there is traffic on that road, suppose in case of our Hyderabad also, there is due to uh, a lot of problems of digging or anything, or due to rain, so there is lot of traffic present on the road. Suppose that road is actually having the capacity of 1000 cars per minute to move from one point to another point. Due to traffic, what happens, it only 100 cars will pass through that uh, road. So what this 1000 designed for 1000, we are calling it as bandwidth. But due to the limitations of whatever the problem of either traffic or digging or rains or etc etc, at that time we are transmitting only 100 cars per minute from one point to another point. So the designed one, we are calling it as bandwidth, and whatever the existing uh, traffic that is allowed, we are calling it as throughput. So so that is what we are calling it as throughput. Throughput actually measures the how fast we can actually send the data through the networks. So it defines how much useful data can be transmitted per unit time. So throughput is the how much useful data can be transmitted per unit time. and both the throughput and bandwidth are measured in bits per second, but throughput is always less than the bandwidth. This you have to remember. So as the bandwidth is 1000 cores but throughput is only 100 cores, so throughput is always less than the bandwidth. Why? Because, so simple terms, we can also say that bandwidth is a potential measurement of a link. So bandwidth is what? It is a potential measurement of link, but throughput is the actual measurement of how fast we can send the data. So we are putting one theoretical and one practical. So whatever the theoretically existing thing is there, that is theoretically we are saying that this much amount of data we can send over through a link, so that we are calling it as the bandwidth. And practically how much uh, we are sending the data, so that we are calling it as throughput. So that is, the bandwidth is the potential measurement of the link, whereas throughput is the actual measurement of the link, how fast we are sending the data. So the example is, that is, you may have the link with a bandwidth of 1 mbps, but the devices connected to the end of the link may handle only 200 kbps. This means that we cannot send more than 200 kbps through this link. So this 200 kbps we are calling it as throughput, whereas 1 mbps we are calling it as bandwidth. So that is the example we have taken. 1000 cars per minute on a highway from one point to another, but due to traffic or congestion or whatever the thing, we are only allowing 100 cars per minute. So here the 1000 is the bandwidth, and how 100 is the throughput. We will see one simple example of how throughput and bandwidth will be like. So network having a bandwidth of 10 mbps means it can have 10,000 bits per second, like that, can pass only an average of 12,000 frames per minute, with each frame carrying an average of 10,000 bits. So what is the throughput of this network? So throughput is 12,000 frames into 10 mbps divided by per minute. So it will be only 2 mbps. So throughput is coming to 1/5 of the bandwidth in this case. So throughput, it defines the how much useful data can be transmitted per unit time. So it is a measure of how fast we can actually send the data through a network. So bandwidth and throughput measures both, we can measure in the bits per second, but they are different. How they are different? The bandwidth actually defines potential measurement of the link, whereas throughput is the actual measurement of how fast we can send the data through that link. So from this we can conclude that throughput is always less than the bandwidth. So bandwidth is experimental, whereas throughput is practical. So we may have a link of bandwidth of 1 mbps, but it can allow, the transmitter and receiver will allow only 200 kbps, means the throughput is only 200 kbps. We are wasting the remaining 800 kbps of that link. So in this class we have learned about the different types of guided media. So in that one, what are the comparison between the guided media, and what is the comparison between the wired media and wireless media, and we have discussed about the bandwidth and bandwidth. So on this guided media, which is having the highest bandwidth, optical fiber is having the highest bandwidth, and it is having the high cost. And which one is the cheapest? Unshielded twisted pair is the cheapest, and installation of coaxial cable is easy, and optical fiber cable is anywhere difficult. Fiber optical covers maximum range, and it is having less noise, less electromagnetic interference, less uh, less noise means more attenuation, like that. And UTP is highly sensitive to electromagnetic interference, and fiber optic cable is very less sensitive to EMI. So what is bandwidth? So the frequency range occupied by a signal, or the range of frequencies that can be passed through the channel, we are calling it as bandwidth. And throughput is a measure of how fast we are sending the data through the link. So throughput defines how much useful data can be transmitted per unit time. Bandwidth is a potential measurement of link. Throughput is the actual measurement of how fast we are sending the data. So from that we can say that throughput is always less than the channel bandwidth. So it is a simple quiz of all the transmission which is having the highest data transmission rate. Optical fiber cable is having the highest data rates of this four possibilities, and lowest data rates from this UTP. So optical fiber uses dash for data transmission. It uses light for data transmission. Whatever the voltage or current, that is converted into light for data transmission. So what are the frequently asked questions? In this one is compare UTP and STP cables, and second one is compare different cable medias, that are twisted pair, coax cable, and optical fiber cable. And next one is compared wired media and wireless media. And next one is define bandwidth and throughput of a channel, or you can uh, define bandwidth and define throughput of a channel with the examples. Thank you all.